Good afternoon. I'm going to call this session of the Board of Revision to order. I'd like to begin by acknowledging that we are on Treaty 1 territory, the traditional homeland of the Métis Nation. Our board is composed of Laurie Davidson, who's farthest to my left. Next to me is Randy V. Ray. My name is Harvey Diamond. The city is represented by Arka Akarnogrov, and our assistant is Kelsey Harrison. I would like to begin, we will be hearing applications for revision of the assessment rule in accordance with the Municipal Assessment Act. The matters for which revisions have been requested are described in each application, and we will limit discussion to those matters. The statements that applicants or the assessor make must be sworn testimony. Anyone speaking to this matter must be sworn in. Be advised that comparison of assessments of properties are not considered evidence of market value by our board. We require sales to determine market value. Our board is appointed annually by council as independent of the city administration, and we make our decisions on the basis of the evidence that we hear, and that alone. We'll issue a written order that will be mailed to all parties as soon as possible after the hearing. Please note that our decisions with respect to an application may be appealed to the Manitoba Municipal Assessment Board if the matter pertains to assessed value or classification, or to the Court of Queen's Bench if the matter pertains to an application for exemption from taxation. And should a party wish to appeal, the procedure on how to do so will be included with our order. With respect to the hearing process, I will confirm the matters to be addressed with each applicant. Following the swearing in, we will have the assessor's testimony followed by any questions that the applicant may have of the assessor. And then our board might have questions of the assessor, after which the applicant can provide their evidence. Questions will be asked by the assessor and our board. And at the end of that, if any party wishes to make a summary statement, we'll allow them to do so. Once the evidence of an application is heard, that party can leave. We'll then hear the next matter on the docket. And once all the matters have gone through, we'll adjourn this hearing. We will arrive at our decisions that we mailed out, as I indicated, by registered mail as soon as possible. And this hearing today is being recorded and live streamed, and it's forming part of a public record. So we can call the first matter, which would be the owner of 305 Overdale can come forward. That would be Jack Dahlman. First.
Swear in on the Bible or affirm without? Could you please state your name? And do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. Would you like to swear in on the Bible or affirm without? Could you please state your name?
Jack Dahlman.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I can distribute your evidence.
Okay. I just want to figure out here if you want.
Yeah.
Actually, I just feel it's good. I've got copies of, somewhere there should be at least 5 copies of them. And here I got the other.
You haven't decided what your evidence is yet. Maybe you should just go forward with your presentation. You can give it to us as you use it then, because we're taking a lot of time here.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry, I don't know.
Okay. No, just-
Separate.
These ones are in order, so
Okay.
this one is. Okay. Okay, we're here to talk about 305 Boardroom.
You'll get your opportunity, yes.
Thank you.
You have to review this before you present?
Well, I would take a quick look, but for all of the properties I have on the docket today, I have maps that would go along with it. Would you like me to present them all right now, or just as the hearing goes on, just present maps of subject property and comparables?
You know, since you haven't got them with our material already, maybe just pass them out as you use them.
Okay, sounds good. I'll just pass this out, and there's
Okay.
5 copies of that.
Okay. Yeah. it's all the same. Thank you.
Yes, good to go?
Okay, when you're ready, you can proceed.
Subject property with a parcel ID 0705132400, street address 305 Overdale Street in Deer Lodge neighborhood, is a 1.5-story single dwelling. With 1929 year build and 1929 effective age, has a living area of 1,252 square feet with a full basement and a finished basement on record, 2 full bathrooms and no central air conditioner, 1 fireplace and no garages. 5,999 square feet for excess lot size. 2020 assessment roll is $268,000. Total assessment per square foot is $214.06. For the 4 comparables presented, they are all in the same neighborhood, Deer Lodge. They are all 1.5-story single dwelling. Square footage is very comparable to subject property. So comparable one is 300 Chart Boulevard, 1948 year build and 1948 effective age, 1,247 square feet of living area, full basement and the basement finish, 1 full bathroom, 1 half bathroom, no central air conditioner and a detached single car garage, 6,397 square feet for lot size and the light traffic as a land influence. At time adjusted sale price $283,400. Time adjusted sale price per square foot $227.27. Sold in July of 2017. Comparable to is 320 Sharp Boulevard, 1948 year build and same year for effective age. 1,218 square feet of living area, full basement, no basement finish, 1 full bathroom, central air conditioner, and a detached single car garage. 6,400 square feet for lot size and light traffic as an influence. $276,400 time adjusted sale price, and time adjusted sale price per square foot $226.93. Sold in November of 2016. Comparable 3 is 327 Woodlawn, 1947 year build and effective age, 1,250 square feet of living area with a full basement and a basement finish, 2 full bathroom, no central air conditioner, detached single car garage, 4,802 square feet for lot size, no influences. Okay, time adjusted sale price $262,100. Time adjusted sale price per square foot is $209.68. Sold in November of 2016. Comparable for is 373 Guilford Street, a 1950 year build and 1950 effective age. 1,288 square feet for living area, full basement and a basement finish. 1 full bathroom, 1 half bathroom, and a central air conditioner, and a detached single car garage. 5,611 square feet for lot size. Time adjusted sale price $260,500. Time adjusted sale price per square foot $202.25. Sold in November of 2017. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Dolman, if you have any questions of the assessor based on his evidence, you can ask those questions now. I don't want you to give your evidence, you'll get an opportunity to do that in a minute, but you can ask questions right now if you have any.
Okay. The only thing I noticed that,
Yeah, you're asking questions right now, you will get an opportunity of noticing things in a minute. If you have a question of the assessor, you can ask it.
yeah, I've got a question for you. We've got 305 Overdale, it states that it has a finished basement.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it doesn't. I noticed the question I have for you again is some of the other examples of property, they have double-car garages. 305 Overdale does not.
We're aware of that, those things are obvious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's, but what I'm saying is comparing these prices, when they've got amenities that 305 doesn't.
Well, ask the question if how those amenities would affect the price.
Okay, well, I've got the, okay. Did you find any houses on my street that are comparable to 305?
I have, those are the comparables presented, the ones I listed. I'm not aware, but I'm not going to exclude it. There could be or not, but I'm not aware of houses that are on your street with the sales.
Okay, that's fine.
That's your questions?
I don't really have any more questions.
That's fine, okay, we might have some, so just a minute.
Thanks,
Mr. Beaver, do you have any questions of the assessor?
Were you aware of the basement is not finished?
I'm basing I wasn't aware whether it's that it's not finished. The information on the record states that it is.
So you haven't checked the house yet, have you?
I haven't inspected the property, no.
Okay. No question.
Ms. Davis, any questions?
I have no questions at this time, thank you.
Okay, I guess I've got a couple questions. First of all, is the city going to do an inspection then to see if in fact there is a finished basement? If not, they could reduce the assessment by any amount that would be justified based on that condition?
If basement,
If Mr. Don will let you in to see it, absolutely.
well, and there was an inspection. I see in the note that in December of 2018 there was an inspection.
Yes?
It doesn't state anything whether the basement is finished or not, but since the record was not updated, so I would assume that
Okay.
the basement finish is finished, but
I would assume if there's an inspection and the inspector knew that there was supposed to be a finished basement, they would have noted that it wasn't there if in fact it wasn't.
exactly.
Okay? Okay, next question is, and I know you're precluded on only providing comparables that are available, but I do note that the subject property is about 20 years older than any of your comparables, and I'm just wondering what influence that might have on the assessment.
Overall condition good. It is an older house, 1929, and so is, I guess, all of the comparables are, let's say, summed up around 1950s. So it is an older house. That might affect condition would play a bigger role there, right? Because none of them, like, we're not comparing an older house with a newer house, but it's the condition of the subject property versus the condition of the comparables.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Mr. Dolman, you can now provide your evidence.
Okay, I think that I can, if I can just distribute some of these things.
If you've got them organized, absolutely you can.
I think it'll make all of our jobs easier.
Sure.
There's enough of them here, and just make sure I've got them. Sorry, I don't have a stapler. I haven't how to staple these together for you.
Thank you. Is that
These are different ones for different addresses.
Okay.
So I think to make matters go easier and simpler, I just want to point out that there was an inspection of both houses in 2018. So like on 305 Overdale, the city of Winnipeg came in, inspected the property in 2018, and reassessed 305 Overdale in 2018.
Okay, let's just deal with 305 Overdale right now. And we'll deal with
The
them now.
305 Overdale had an inspection, and it was noted by the city of Winnipeg that the building was an older building and it wasn't in the same conditions as a lot of homes in the area are done. This is a rental building, and it's from 1929, and a lot of money has not been poured into it. And when the city came in and inspected it last year, they revised the estimated value. And they put it in writing what the estimated value was, based on the 2016 year. Since that time, the property has not gone up. Since 2018, when it was inspected, it has not been improved. It is still an unfinished basement. In fact, the basement can't be finished because of the heating pipes that run through it at a low level. And if you try to run that basement, you'll knock yourself out. I have smashed my head on it numerous times doing work in that house. So the basement, it's a basement for laundry. It has a washing machine.
Okay, there's no walls, no flooring,
There's
no
nothing.
ceiling.
It's nothing. It's
Okay.
just a basement for the, my hot water tank is down there and a furnace is down there.
Okay.
And that's it.
And no laundry equipment and
Yeah.
storage.
Yeah. And that's all it is. Second thing is 305 Overdale does not have a garage. Not a single, not a double.
And that's indicated on the.
Yeah,
It's indicated.
Yeah.
But it was found by the city when they looked at it last year. They went through the house, they assessed the house, and they reassessed it because it's been too high an assessment for years. Now that cost me the money to have, first of all, a hearing, then I had to get another hearing, and they finally said, you know what, you're right, the house is not worth that kind of money.
Okay,
So the assessment that they've got is, I believe, $235,000.
That's correct, yeah.
And based on what I've been able to find out in the neighborhood, I think that's a reasonable amount, and since it was just inspected, and it doesn't have any huge.
okay, so you're asking us to keep it at 235, is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying,
Okay,
because there's been no improvements. It was just inspected in 2018, I believe, sometime in the fall or December or whatever.
okay, is that your evidence? Anything else that you want us to draw upon?
If you want, I can bring evidence of other houses in the area.
Okay, of all these houses, the area you're showing, have they all sold before April the 1st of 2018?
Yes.
Okay, then do that. And they're comparable houses to yours, like they're all 1.5 stories?
They're,
Is the
yeah,
area?
they're all story and a half, so sorry,
Because they
three
look-
quarters.
To me, they look
That-
like, from the pictures, they look like 2 stories. It was on the front page
Yeah,
anyway.
If you look at them, a lot of them are story and 3/4.
Yeah,
As a matter of fact, the house on 293 Overdale Street, which is my street.
and the next page you have bungalows, so you can just use the 1.5 stories, or 1 3/4 is close enough.
Yeah, but now if you look at 293, it is a story and 3/4. 305 Overdale is a story and 3/4. Identical house. And it was sold before 2018. Do you see it there on the right-hand side?
Yeah, I see it, I'm
page
just looking
101?
at the date of sale, I'm trying to find where
At
it
the bottom,
says.
it says,
It says the price, it doesn't say when it was sold.
at the top, it says August
August
15th, 2017.
2007.
Oh, you wrote that in,
I wrote that in because it didn't show it up
Okay.
on the sale list.
that's fair. I wasn't looking at writing, that's fair.
So if anything, I would kind of appreciate maybe a reduction to be of comparable value. It's on my street, and it has the 1 3/4 house,
Okay. Okay,
and I think it's very comparable, and I think
okay, we hear what you said, I think that's fine. I'll let the assessor ask you some questions now.
sure.
Any questions to the applicant?
So you say that property is a rental property, correct?
Mhm.
Have you done any sort of renovations to the property?
As I just finished telling you, I had the city of Winnipeg come in, totally inspect the house, and nothing has been done since the inspection. And they said that's the value based on the condition of the property.
Now, what has been done, again, my question is, has anything been done to the property, let's say in the past 5 years?
In the past 5 years, nothing.
Okay. I don't have any other questions, thanks.
Okay. Ms. Davidson, any questions of the applicant?
I do have a question. I'm looking at the municipal board order that we distributed.
Yeah.
And for the 2016 roll, it was reduced to 235.
Mhm.
So what was the assessment in 2018? Because there's that, so you say 2016 went down.
278. Oh, 216?
216.
What is the 2018 assessment?
The
This is-
assessment in 2018, the city assessed it again higher, okay?
Okay, so the municipal board in 2016 lowered it, and for the 2018 roll, it went up again?
No, what happened was, we didn't get the inspection
Mm-hmm.
and the reassessment until after they had sent in a new price
Right,
on the house.
okay.
So I waited over 3 years just to be heard on 305 Overdale.
So-
And
Yeah, but
even
the-
when it was
But
put
the
in.
question is, what was assessed at in 2018?
Again, as I said, all the assessments have been higher all the time.
You don't remember what was assessed at?
No matter what, it's always reassessed higher.
Do you know
And-
how much?
I don't know exactly how much it is, but
That's the
it's in the 268 or 265.
Okay, so this
But
is.
they didn't reassess it based on the new assessment because the city came in and inspected it. They didn't drop it. They haven't dropped anything. They even knew before the 2020 assessment came out that it had been reassessed.
Mhm.
But you know what? That's still not taken into consideration.
Okay. Mr. Alnarkanoff, do you have the assessment for 2018?
Yes, it's $291,000, and if I may, I guess, provide a bit of light to the situation.
91,000.
Yeah,
Yes.
Property owner did contact the department back in 2016, but the request for inspection of the property was declined a number of times.
You asked to inspect that it was declined, you say?
Yes.
So why are you not seeking non-cooperation?
Huh?
Why are you not seeking non-cooperation?
No, in the past. So when property owner says that 2016 and 2018 assessments were established, property owner did contact the department about those assessments, and every time the department would ask to inspect the property, the request for inspection would be declined.
Okay. Any other questions of the?
No.
May I ask, what is he talking about?
You know, we're asking the questions right now. Basically what he said is that you were requested to have inspections in the past and refused them.
Yeah. And what happened last year?
You asked a
the
question
city-
right now. Look, hang on a second. You know,
Okay.
this is getting out of hand. You can ask a question, I give you the answer. Don't ask another question. Any other questions of the,
Just one quick question. So for 2018, you said the assessment was 291,000, right?
Correct.
But the municipal board had lowered the assessment in 16 to 235.
Correct.
So then the only increase for the assessment in 2018 would have been essentially inflation? Or you put it back to what it was prior to the municipal board order?
2018 roll is closed, and that's the
Right.
time when property owner contacted the department regarding 2018 assessment. The department has asked the property owner to inspect the property, and it was refused. So that is why 2018 assessment was never reviewed further.
So it was a timing issue, the municipal board order was after the close of the roll for 2018?
And,
Yeah, okay.
and the municipal board
Okay.
order only applies in this case for 2016 value anyways.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Mr. Beaver, do you have any questions of the applicant?
So you're asking to keep, do you think the price of the houses in your area didn't go up?
Well, the prices that didn't go up based on, if they're needing work and they're not in good condition. You know, once you build your two-car garage on the back of the property, which I'm thinking of doing, I know for a fact the property value will go up, and I don't mind that. It's the same thing as if I could get the house raised enough, which my neighbor did. He has a beautiful rec room. Again, it would increase the value of the property.
Right.
Again, I don't have any problem with that. If I had the money, I would do both of those things right away. And those are, like the property doesn't have those amenities, and I can't afford to put them in. And the other thing is,
Okay, I think the question's been answered.
Okay, thank you.
so.
Okay, I'm gonna ask the question again, though, I'm gonna ask it a different way. Because I know that properties in that time span, from that 2014 to 2018, went up significantly in the city of Winnipeg, but you're saying your property, as opposed to all other properties, should remain the same value it did in 2014 as in 2018, despite the fact that every other property, pretty well in the city, went up significantly during that time span.
But as far as I'm concerned, it
So
should,
your property is the only property you're saying that shouldn't have gone up?
no.
Well, you basically are.
Well, what I'm saying is if you actually look at the sales on my street for the same house,
Yeah, but
it's gone down.
But they have different square footages and, you know, they're not, you can't just look at the price, you have to look at the price per square foot and there's other factors.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the age of the house, like, it's on my street, it's the same size house,
Okay,
and.
okay, so you were happy with the board of, municipal board's decision for 2014?
Yeah, based on the
Based on the-
inspection in 2018.
For 2016, okay.
18,
Well, no, that gave you the value as of 2016, and then in
Correct.
2018, you
But it was just
can make an
inspected.
application.
yeah,
And so you're saying that the value of your property on the first day of April of 2014 and the first day of April 2018 should be exactly the same,
or less,
or less?
because
When
sales.
every other property in the city pretty well went up during that period of time, even if it was an empty lot.
Well, what's happening now in the city of Winnipeg?
Okay,
Yes.
you know, you answered your question, I don't want you to say anything further. I asked the question, you're not giving evidence anymore.
Okay.
Okay, I give you an opportunity, and I don't think you answered in my mind satisfactorily.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna ask the question of the assessor though.
Okay.
Okay, between 2014 and 2018, in this year, do you know what the average increase in values were in that 4-year period?
I cannot tell you between 14 and 18. I can tell you between 16 and 18 was 2.45%.
2.45%? And you don't know what it was from 2016 to 2018?
I don't have a recollection of that.
Okay, thank you. Any summation?
Actually, I think the evidence is
I
presented
think
very
so.
also.
Okay, and do you have anything you wanna just sum up?
I just feel that I've provided enough evidence to show that the property was inspected just last year, and the sales from my street in the area reflect that some of the houses don't go up a great deal. And I respectfully submit that I see nothing that has changed in the last 6 months to
Okay,
increase it.
okay.
Okay.
Well, no, it's not last 6 months though. You see, the municipal board order values your house as it would have if it sold on the first day of April of 2014. It wasn't 6 months before. It was in hindsight. It doesn't tell you what the price of the house was when they gave you it. It tells you what the value was when the 2014 valuation date would have valued it at.
Yeah.
Okay. We can proceed then with your next property, which is 206 Overdale.
Mhm.
Same as the previous.
Yeah, when you're ready, Anka, you can go ahead. And if you have evidence, you can provide that to us now. Or when you're ready with it. when you're ready, you can proceed with it.
So subject property with a parcel ID 070516010000, street address 206 Overdale Street at Deer Lodge neighborhood, one-story single dwelling, 1927 year built and 1927 effective age, 1,235 square feet of living area, full basement and no basement finish, one full bathroom and one half bathroom, central air conditioner and a fireplace, with a detached multi-car garage. Assessed lot size 5,929 square feet. 2020 assessment of $265,000. Total assessment per square foot $214.57. All of the comparables are one-story single dwellings in Deer Lodge neighborhood, and all of them have a full basement. So with that, comparable one, 223 Winchester Street, a 1922 year built and same year effective age, with a basement finish, one full bathroom and one half bathroom, fireplace, and a detached multi-car garage, 6,000 square feet assessed lot size. Time adjusted sale price is $263,900. Time adjusted sale price per square foot $218.82. Sold in May of 2017. Comparable to is 250 Belvedere Street, 1930 year built and 1930 effective age, 1,057 square feet with a basement finish, one full bathroom and a half bathroom. No central air conditioner, no fireplace. Has a detached single car garage, 4,797 square feet for assessed lot size. Time adjusted sale price $244,100. Time adjusted sale price per square foot $230.94. Sold in July of 2016. 208 Moorgate, comparable number 3. 1929 year build and same year effective age. 1,038 square feet of living area. With no basement finish, one full bathroom. No central air conditioner, no fireplace. Has a detached single car garage. 5,586 square feet of lot size. Time adjusted sale price $230,600. Time adjusted sale price per square foot $222.16. Sold in August of 2016. 391 Lyle Street is comparable number 4. 1951 year build, same year effective age. 976 square feet of living area with a basement finish. One full bathroom, one half bathroom. No central air conditioner, no fireplace, and it has a detached multi-car garage. 4,796 square feet for lot size. Time adjusted sale price $255,300. Time adjusted sale price per square foot $261.58. Sold in December of 2017. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions of the assessor?
I'm just looking at it right now. No, I have no question for it.
Ms. Davidson, any questions of the assessor?
I have a question on the comparables you've selected related to the subject property. The subject property is literally almost at the entrance to Assiniboine Park, right? Like it's looking at the location, it's almost at Portage, the park is just on the other side.
Yes.
Yet when I look at comparable number 4, like that's a long ways away and which comparable are you putting more weight on, say, in your analysis? Or which do you think is the best?
Well, I think given the location, right, you have to probably go with comparable 1 or 2. Sorry, 1 or 3. Well, actually 1, 2 or 3 actually.
Okay.
Comparable 3 would provide same proximity to Portage Avenue. Whereas comparable 1 and 2 would provide closer proximity to subject property.
Okay. And I guess we're looking at obviously the characteristics of the house and the land, do you know if Overdale, I know it's a little tiny street, but does it have a greater value given its location, like on a kind of a boulevard street and that? Whereas the other streets are just ordinary streets?
I would say, I would say that
Or is
whether
that
it's
just
Overdale,
reflected?
Winchester, I would say they are similar
Okay.
streets in nature. Like there is no indication that Overdale has any influences such as traffic or.
Okay.
So,
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Weaver, any questions to the assessor?
Have you inspected the place?
I have not inspected the place.
Not yet? No further questions.
Yeah, I have no questions. So you can provide your evidence now.
Yeah, I'll present mine.
Okay? Go ahead and present it.
Okay. The 206 Overdale, if you take a look at the decision and the order, it was reassessed in 2018 after inspection by the city of Winnipeg. And in 2018, they realized that the assessment value for 2016 was over-assessed, too high, and they lowered it. So the 2016 assessment was brought in at $225,000 based on the condition that the city found. So they did the inspection, and they looked at the property and compared it to other properties in the area. And for the condition, they estimated the value for 2016 as $225,000.
Okay?
Now, when I look at other properties, as I dropped one of the sheets off, it shows a bungalow in the area, which sold in 2017. And the selling price was, I don't know how much it was, $220,000 sale price for a bungalow in St. James area. And at the time that we did the inspection with the city of Winnipeg, there were numerous sales in the area that reflected the 225 value. That's 2016 value, that
Yeah,
year.
so that's as of April the
At
1st,
that
2014.
time, when we were comparing at that time.
Right, that's the value though of April the 1st, 2014. Whereas your assessment now is based on April the 1st, 2018. So that's 4 years difference.
Yeah, and that's why I brought the example for St. James, which shows in 2017 that a bungalow sold for $220,000. And it has brick on it, which mine does not have.
How many square feet is the comparable property?
Mine?
No, the one that you're
The-
using as a
The
comparable.
subject property?
Yeah.
Honestly, don't know, but
I
it's a
know.
much newer house, it's built in '59.
We don't know.
I have no idea.
I
I
know.
just know that it's a bungalow, it's newer, it's got brick on it, and sold for $220,000 in 2017 in the subject area time. It says it's 1,219 square feet. And I don't know if finished basement .002 square feet mean
And
anything. I have
interesting
no
the
idea.
remarks that the Realtor makes about how the house has potential. So it looks like it's a work in progress.
It's already sold.
Well, I know it's sold. I'm telling you that I'm looking at the remarks that that were made by the Realtor, talking about how it's got potential.
It may have potential, so does 206, but
Okay.
the reality is it sold for $220,000. And it's a much newer house. It has much, like just the brickwork. For me to put brickwork on the front of my house would cost me an arm and a leg.
Yeah, but we don't know if the house may have issues that we're not aware of. Like, you give us one example. Did you not find any other houses? Did you just find this one?
What's that?
Did you find, is the only bungalow you could find in the area?
This is the only one I just spotted. I just brought an example.
Okay.
It just reflects the values of homes in 2017, which is the subject we're talking about. And it sold for $220,000,
Okay,
And what is it?
so,
30, 40 years newer than mine?
so what do you think yours should be assessed at?
Based on this,
Mhm.
approximately the same as it was when they estimated it last year.
No, when
I
the,
I don't see there was
no,
any
you're
market.
talking about the order from the
Yeah.
municipal board that valued it as of April 1st, 2014.
Yeah.
So you're saying from 2014 to 2018, your house did not increase in value?
Based on some of the sales that were made recently in my area, I don't see a big increase in value on a piece of property that I haven't done anything to since it was estimated by the city of Winnipeg.
Okay.
So after they've inspected it and determined that, you know what, we've been assessing this property way too high for a long time, they turned around, dropped the assessment and said, sorry. But every time I turn around, I gotta fight the assessment because they can automatically just increase my property value without any problem. And then I have to turn around and pay a non-refundable amount of money just to get it heard and show that, hey, it's been inspected. There's no major improvements here.
Okay, well, we're gonna ask
So
you,
like, how do they keep raising the taxes and raising the property value?
we'll ask you questions, okay? You can give, that's your evidence.
Check.
Any questions of the applicant?
Yes, so is subject property 206 Overdale, is it a rental property or is it?
It's rental property.
Huh?
Yes, it's rental.
It is a rental property, okay. So it has to meet some sort of minimal requirements for it to be livable, correct?
What's that?
It has to meet some requirements for it to
Leave
have
off.
occupancy.
Yeah, you've got to provide heat and lights and water.
And you do have that, right?
I got it.
Okay. The comparable property that you brought forth, say, within the listing, it says that it needs paint and carpets removed. So obviously this property is inferior to your property. Would you agree?
It needs carpet and paint.
That's what it
Like,
says.
on my property, when it was inspected, they said it needs work. When they came and actually looked at it, what happens in 206 Overdale, the building was built back in the 20s, and it's on an old riverbank, and the basement actually cracked.
You know, if you just give your answers to the questions, okay? We didn't talk about, the question, you gave your evidence already. Now you're being asked questions, please answer the questions and don't go on tirades. Okay, if you want to answer the question, you can.
So do you think that do you think that the comparable you brought forth on Parkview is inferior to your property?
I think they're very comparable, those two properties.
Okay, so
Because I think they're comparable, because at the time it was inspected, I was having to do painting in my house that they were looking at. So, yeah, 206 Overdale did need painting, and it also needed exterior painting as well, if you read the notes from the
But still, your
time when
property,
the city came out and assessed it.
but your property would still be classified as a occupiable property by the
It's
local
occupied,
authority.
yes, people can live in the house, that's not a problem.
And where exactly is Parkview Street anyways? Could you please tell me?
One of the, did you just ask me a question?
Yeah. Where is Parkview Street?
Where's parking?
Parkview.
Parkview. Where's
How
Parkview?
far
Parking
is
is
it
in
from
St.
the property?
James in my area.
How far is it from the property?
I'm not exactly sure. It's like 8 or 10 streets over.
I think Parkview is considered a city, whereas Overdale isn't.
Pardon me?
Because years ago, I remember people getting rap grants on Parkdale, if they couldn't get them in Overdale.
Yeah.
Because if you get, Parkdale's intercity, it's on the other side of St. James, it's, you're quite a bit farther east.
The subject property on Parkview, Parkview is just in my area. It's just 10 streets over.
It's east of you,
Yes, it is.
and it's near the,
On the same side
near
of the street.
Rosedale and Marjorie.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
where it is. I
Yeah.
just know it's about 10 streets over. The other, may I point something out about Overdale? On Overdale, there's no parking in front of our houses because people come and park on the street strangers and take up all the parking. So in front of 206, it's a liability for parking. And because it's right beside Portage Avenue, it should be taken into account, all the noise that comes from Portage Avenue. And all the businesses that are right beside it.
Okay, we're asking questions right now.
Okay.
We're trying to ask questions, but you keep on, not answering
Sorry about
questions,
that.
but keep on coming up with more stuff that,
Okay.
okay? Please try to just answer the questions. We're gonna be here for a long, long time, and you're not making us happy, or at least me. I can't speak for my own members. I'd like you to just answer the questions so we get this done. Any other questions?
So would you consider that, you mentioned the parking, so would you consider that parking, limited parking is due to subject property's close proximity
Please,
to?
don't deal with parking, okay? It's
Okay.
not an issue.
I have
Parking
no
is
more
not-
questions.
It's not.
Okay, I
Anything
don't
else?
have any other questions.
No, I
That's
have
it.
no questions.
Okay, do you have any questions, Mr. Buick?
How much are you, the rental property every month?
Rental property,
How much are you getting rent?
How much you getting rent?
$16.50.
And who pays the utilities?
They pay the utilities.
Do you know the assessment value in 2018?
They had reassessed it. No, they hadn't reassessed it. I don't know what the value is that they put on it. I think it was 268 or something like that, 265, I'm not sure.
2020 is 265.
And 2018 was, I'm not sure, could have been 268 or something like that.
Okay, no further questions.
No questions. Thank you, you'll hear from us.
Thank you, Mr. Dallin.
You're welcome.
Okay, and we're on with the next one now. You can pack up.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Yours.
I look forward to seeing you every year.
Well, I think we will have the pleasure again.
Okay, next.
Okay, we're next going to do 245 Ronald. Anthony Sampson, can come forward.
Would you like to swear in on the Bible? Could you please state your name?
Tony Sampson.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. And do you have any evidence for me to distribute?
Yes, I do.
Do you have one more copy of the sheet that you gave me?
The front
or-
page?
Oh, this one?
Yes.
This is my original.
Okay, you know what I'll do? I'll keep a copy clean for you.
Okay, perfect,
Okay.
thank you.
I know that's the next.
Okay, Mr. Sessom, when you're ready, you can proceed.
Subject property, parcel ID 07071892000245 Ronald Street, in Booth neighborhood. One-story single dwelling, 1962 year built, same year effective age. 1,261 square feet living area, full basement and the basement finish, one full bathroom and a half bathroom, central air conditioner and no detached structures. Lot size 10,473 square feet. Land influences a bus route, commercial adjacent and the light traffic. 2020 assessment $248,000. Total assessment per square foot $196.67. Okay, 4 comparables, they're all in Goose neighborhood, they're all one-story single, actually no, they're not all one-story single dwelling, comparable 4 is available. And first 3 comparables are one-story single dwelling. So, comparable 1, 276 Wallace Street, 1959 year built, 1959 effective age, 1,197 square feet of living area, full basement and a basement finish, one full bathroom, one half bathroom and a shower, central air conditioner and no detached structures, 8,885 square feet for lot size, time adjusted sale price $291,500, time adjusted sale price per square foot $243.53, sold in June of 2016. Comparable to is 240 Wallace Street, 1959 year build and effective age, 1,100 square feet of living area, full basement and a basement finish, one full bathroom and a half bathroom and a shower, no central air conditioner, has a detached single car garage, 8,891 square feet for lot size, time adjusted sale price $253,800, time adjusted sale price per square foot $230.73, sold in May of 2017. Comparable 3 is 299 Wallace Street, one-story single dwelling, 1960 year build and effective age, 1,117 square feet of living area, full basement and the basement finish, one full bathroom and a half bathroom, central air conditioner and no detached structures, 5,220 square feet for lot size. Influences would be external corner and light traffic. Time adjusted sale price $221,800. Time adjusted sale price per square foot $198.57. Sold in October of 2017. 576 largest comparable number 4 is a bi-level, 1,120 square feet. Full basement and the basement finish, one full bathroom and a half bathroom and a shower. A central air conditioner and attached it doesn't have a central air conditioner, it has attached multi-car garage, 10,050 square feet for lot size, light traffic and an influence. Time adjusted sale price $272,200. Time adjusted sale price per square foot $243.04. Sold in September of 2016. That's all I have, thank you.
That's it?
That's it.
Thank you. If you have any questions of the assessor, you can ask them now.
Okay, do you have pictures of those homes? Or that's coming around yet?
Which homes?
The ones that you're using for comparables?
I have a couple of listings, MLS listings.
Okay. Can I see those, or we're not quite ready for those?
Yeah, I can pass them.
Oh, sorry. Doesn't matter.
I'll get back to the panel members first.
That's fine.
have any questions?
Oh, yes. These two comparables that I have, they're actually pretty good shape. Newer windows, a newer roof, they're good shape, these houses.
What address is that?
276 Wallasey and 240
Okay, we'll look at those as well.
Yeah, okay.
If you have questions on them, you can ask the questions.
Okay.
So you're saying that those, ask the assessor, you're saying the houses that he's using
Yeah.
are in better condition than your property?
Yeah, you didn't inspect 245 Ronald?
No, I have not.
No, okay, so.
Okay, you can give your evidence after, you
Okay,
have your answer.
okay.
Okay, we'll take those though.
Okay.
Thanks. Any other questions?
Oh, no, that's it for now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Weaver, do you have any questions of the assessor?
I have no questions.
I have no
Stevenson?
questions either.
And I don't either. So you can give your evidence now.
Oh, okay. This home was bought from the lady who actually built the house brand new. And she lived there till about just over a year ago. We ended up buying the house because we want to get it rezoned for 14 units. But it's not working out, so I think it could be 6 or 8 units. The house needs extensive work. Okay. We paid $175,350. The lady, because she's elderly, she's 95 years old, her lawyer suggested she get an appraisal, so it's fair market value. And their value came out at $173,350, so we paid $2,000 more than that, so there's no conflict, because she's older. So we paid $175,350. It is facing.
Do you have a copy of the appraiser that was?
No, underneath the privacy, we couldn't get it.
So how do you know what it was at?
Because the son showed me the appraisal.
Oh, you saw the appraisal?
He showed me the appraisal.
Okay, go ahead.
And so that's why he couldn't give it to me, but he showed me. So we want to get it rezoned to put multiple family there. But the home needs extreme makeover. And it's actually, we bought it for lot value. The house is not worth anything.
Okay.
And you've got pictures there that justifies that. Your comparisons and this is day and night.
Okay. You have any questions of the applicant?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
So, when was that, what's the date that you purchased the property?
It was originally supposed to be March 1st of 2018, you'll see it. They had to change it because the son-in-law put some kind of caveat against the house for cleaning it up, which he didn't do, and the other people, the owners didn't know it. So the lawyer needed a couple of months to get rid of the registered caveat against the property.
So it's after.
Post, yeah.
It
but-
is a post-reference
Yeah,
sale.
yeah, but you can tell by the pictures, that's been there, irrelevant, that's been there for a long, long time.
You can see that the offer was changed from March, though. You can't see that.
Huh?
If you look, it's hard, I know, but.
Yeah, from March to
But
September.
if you look carefully, you can see that it was originally
So
March.
you're saying that the value is in the land, right?
That's it is, it's a knockdown.
Okay, and did you like, and you say that it's no longer like probably high-strength best use as multifamily, that's what you're trying to?
That's what we're trying to get it rezoned at, yeah.
Okay.
Because there's high rises across from it,
Okay.
and there's high rises to the south of it.
Okay. So with all of that information and like on my record, this sale is post-reference. So.
Ask the questions right now, I'm not giving evidence.
Yeah,
If you need
so
some
within
issue,
that,
yeah.
like, did you try to list your property for sale since you purchased it?
Yeah, selling it as rezoned, but we didn't get a rezoning yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if it's rezoned, it's worth a lot more money, but it's not rezoned yet.
So just, what was the listing price of the property?
Listing price with 14 units, zoned to be 14 units is $399. That's zoned, but it's not zoned, it's still residential. right now.
And,
And we're doing, now, you're going as selling, but that would be post,
it is,
yeah,
but again,
yeah. But we're dealing with,
Okay,
Value.
just answer the question, okay?
yeah,
Don't,
no, okay,
okay,
I'm
we're here to do that,
okay.
okay?
Yeah.
right. And did you notice, like, within the comparables that I provided you, like, going back to reference period,
Yes,
comparable number, what was it, let's see, let's get back to my numbers here. Comparable number two, $240, so you had an opportunity to look at MLS, I think it does say it's a fixer-upper as well.
no, but did you see the pictures that you have on the back of yours, what it looks like compared to mine? Are you a certified appraiser with the Manitoba Appraisal Association?
I think.
No, I just-
I think, no, hang on, I think right now you're being asked questions.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'll ask them after.
Well, you can
Oh,
ask them after,
okay.
but after this hearing.
Okay.
Okay, so, going back, comparable number two, right? Did you notice that it is also listed as a fixer-upper?
Yes, I did, but mine needs a total makeover. The pictures on the back of yours don't. You can go in there and go in there very easily.
Oh, I have no other questions.
If there's any questions of the applicant?
Just a quick one. So
Sure.
as at April 1st, 2018, which is the market value of the property,
Yeah.
was it zoned residential?
It's still zoned residential right
So
now.
at the time of April 1st, 2018, it was a residential?
Yes, yeah.
So then, I mean, obviously there's condition issues here, but has the house been deemed like, if you didn't get it rezoned as a multiple and it stayed as a residential, would this house have to be ripped down and rebuilt as infill, or could you actually fix it up?
It would be an infill. Yeah.
If that's based on,
Structural and,
It's not legal.
yeah, it's nowhere near, I mean, it's extreme.
so structurally, has there been any engineering reports or anything?
Well, I've got pictures
Yeah,
of,
yeah.
like the driveway, you can see how much it's sunk, the front and back, you'll see the line
Yeah.
across.
But I see that.
Yeah.
But just asking if you've received any structural or engineering reports as to how solid it is even.
Yeah, you just look at the cracks and that.
Okay, so you
would-
were basing it on the pics for the pictures then?
Yeah, and
Okay.
inside, yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
So, have you any questions of the applicant?
Is there any, so this is not livable place, right?
No, absolutely not.
And at this point in time, where are you at on rezoning?
We've got prints made up, and it's going to the city as a concept, and see if the people in the area will accept it.
So you haven't been approved yet?
No, we haven't approved
Not
it.
approved. Okay. No further question.
Okay, so you had it listed at over 200,000 based on it being,
Rezone,
right.
yes.
So it has potential for rezoning, and that's the reason you were interested in it.
That's why I bought it.
Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't buy it because you wanted the house, you bought it because you saw potential of it being a pretty large
Possibly
lot.
rezoned, yes.
And a good location across some other apartment buildings.
Yeah.
And basically then, so it had intrinsic value as something that could be rezoned commercial.
If you
Or
could,
multi-residential, I should say.
yeah, SMMF,
Yeah.
small multifamily.
And right now, you're trying to get how many units in there?
I'd like to get 8, but it might be 6,
Okay, but you're gonna get 6 though.
not guaranteed. Because I've got to do the concept now for 6 units. Go see the counselor, so he knows, and go see the people in the area and show them the concept, and then go back to the city and then have a hearing on it.
Okay, and you didn't bring us anything to show what the land value is of that property. And I'm sure that's what you paid, you got a good deal for land value, because you're always trying to knock the house down. You're not renovating it, you're
No.
not tenant in.
No, I bought it as land value, not house value, because the house was not worth
Right,
anything.
and you're never ever gonna put a single family house on that property.
Well, if I don't get approved, it'll have
Okay,
to be,
and if
it'll
it
have
is,
to be.
okay,
Yeah.
and what is the land worth in that area for a single-family house? Because I know that lots,
It's a big lot,
yes,
right? But you are facing the high rises directly to the west of you and to the south.
as a matter of fact, I think you could probably make it into 2 lots, it's big enough.
No, they won't let me subdivide. I asked that already, yeah,
Okay.
because, worst, I figured 2 bi-levels,
Mhm.
they said they won't.
Okay, you can't
Because
do
there's
that.
nothing in that area that has that, lots that small, so they won't allow you. Yeah.
And what value do you think we should attribute, or we'd like us to attribute to it?
Well, I think what I paid is fair market, because I went $2,000 over the appraisal.
Yeah, I think it's in that appraisal, really, I gotta be honest.
Yeah,
with
well,
you.
I'm just telling you how it is,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I don't know if the appraiser took into account the fact that it's got potential to be rezoned.
But see, a appraiser won't give you potential, it either,
No, they have to look at
Because
the greatest and best use
yeah,
possible.
but right now, the greatest and best use is residential.
Well, we don't know that.
Well, but that's what it is, because that's why I'm going with the city and having some trouble, like,
Yeah,
know.
but I think you're a more astute investor
well,
than that.
but, I mean, I don't know 100%.
Yeah.
I can't say
Yeah,
100%, I'm just going by face
Okay.
value.
So
That's-
at this stage, you got nothing then?
I have nothing.
Okay, that's
Now,
fair.
if I had it rezoned, then I'd say, yeah, it's a different assessment, absolutely.
Okay, and to make that house livable,
Mhm.
so you just put tenants in it even, how much do you think you'd have to spend?
70,000-80,000,
Okay.
because you'd have to gut it completely, like, you'd have to,
So basically, it's land value.
that's what it is.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
That's
fair.
why it's not worth fixing, I'm better off building something new,
Yeah.
you know, the difference. right?
Okay,
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah, that's all.
Okay, thank you, we'll consider this.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Yes, you did, thank you for reminding me. We took all this, and you can keep it to me.
Sure. Also,
Thank you, Chairperson, Chairboard.
Thank you.
Yeah, this one?
No, I'm fine with everything
Okay.
there. The property at 86 Stewart has a recommendation
Okay.
that he's accepting. He's wondering if he could be heard now.
You know what?
Who's that?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
Okay. You know, you have a recommendation for the property at, the 86 Stewart?
Yes.
86 Stewart?
I'll double check.
And the applicant, I understand, wants to accept it. So maybe we'll just do it quickly, you can go through it and justify it, and if so, we'll let him go.
Which one are you saying?
886 Stewart.
Stewart Street.
Yes.
Oh, okay, number 12.
Yeah.
Which ones are these for?
For the ones that we just heard, that weren't registered in evidence. 886.
Sorry.
So we have 5 copies of updated sheets for that.
Thanks. Thank you. You can go ahead when you're ready.
Okay. Yeah, so the applicant is.
You're literally giving evidence, so that's why,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, 886 Stewart Street, parcel ID 072112300000, in Buchanan neighborhood, 1-story single dwelling, with 2020 assessment at $293,000, or $260.68 per square foot. There is a recommendation to reduce 2020 assessment to $282,000, or $250.89 per square foot, to better reflect April 1st, 2018 market.
Okay, and we looked at the comparables, and I see the comparables come into that amount, so I think that that's satisfactory. Any questions of any of the board members of the assessment?
I don't have any questions.
I don't either. Okay, so the owner of this property can leave, and you'll get the decision. And the recommendation has been accepted, and we'll put it through. Okay? You're welcome.
Well,
What's the value of the recommendation again?
282,000.
283,
282.
here are 250, 80, minus square foot.
True.
Okay, so our next property would be 317 Inglewood Street. Oh, thanks.
Would you like to swear in on the Bible or affirm without? Could you please state your name? Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes. Thank you. And do you have any evidence? She did not make any copies of the evidence.
Okay, you know, we'll share it. Look at the assessor first,
Assessor first.
and then after he's finished with it, he can pass it to us. Thanks. Okay, Erica, when you're ready, you can proceed.
Okay. I'll pass the evidence. I may have to put it in, but I'll start. Okay, subject property 0704126700 is a parcel ID. 317 Inglewood in the Kings Edward neighborhood, a one-story single dwelling, 1912 year built, 1923 effective age, 640 square feet of living area with a full basement and a basement finish, one full bathroom, and there is no central air conditioner, no fireplace, no detached structures, no garages. 2,523 square feet for lot size. Total assessment is $174,000. Total assessment per square foot is $271.88. For the four comparables, they are all in King Edward neighborhood. All one-story single dwellings. So comparable one is 210 Roseberry, 1918 year built, 1930 effective age, 670 square feet of living area, full basement, no basement finish, one full bathroom, central air conditioner, and no garages, 2,709 square feet for lot size. Time adjusted sale price $203,000. Time adjusted sale price per square foot $302.99. Sold in May of 2017. Comparable to a street row, Hampton Avenue is 1919 year built, 1930 effective age, 672 square feet of living area with a full basement and no basement finish, one full bathroom, no central air conditioner, no fireplace, has a detached car garage, 3,576 square feet of lot size, time adjusted sale price $202,000, time adjusted sale price per square foot $300.60, sold in May of 2017. Comparable three is 222 Rutland, 1918 year build, 1938 effective age, 720 square feet for lot size. It has part basement as a basement type and no basement finish, one full bathroom, a central air conditioner, and no garages. 2,523 square feet for lot size. Time adjusted sale price $173,000. Time adjusted sale price per square foot $240.28. Sold in November of 2017. Comparable four is 214 Marjorie Street, 1918 year build, 1940 effective age, 718 square feet for living area, part basement, no basement finish, full bathroom, no central air conditioner, no garages, 2,323 square feet for lot size. Time adjusted sale price $176,100. Time adjusted sale price per square foot $245.26. Sold in July of 2017. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions of the assessor? Ms. Davis, any questions of the assessor?
I have no questions at this time, thanks.
Mr. Buey, do you have any questions?
Mr. Akra, have you inspected this house?
No, I have not.
Oh, inspected. No further question.
Okay, so I looked and I see that you have basically 4 comparables. They all seem to be in the area. And 2 of them have higher per square foot prices when you use your calculations, and 2 have lower ones than the subject property. So I guess my main interest is, which property do you think is your best comparable?
Well, I guess when I look at it in that way, I personally, like comparable 4 is a good comparable. It has inferior basement type, it's a part basement compared to subject property's full basement and no basement finish. Proximity, sorry, I'm just looking in the wrong place, my fault. So, okay, so what we have is that all of the 4 comparables are probably at a similar distance from subject property.
Right.
So within that, I think we'll have to focus on building type, and then I would go to comparable number 1, similar basement type, closest to subject in square footage. So that's what I would have to say. Or comparable number 2, doesn't have a basement finish. It doesn't have central air conditioner. So.
Okay. Okay, you know what, you can give your evidence now.
Okay, well, as you can see in what I had given you, I purchased the property on July 1st for the price of $168,900.
And when did you make the offer?
I made the offer in February.
February, okay, so that was before. The price was set before April the 1st, 2018.
It was put on the market, I believe, in December 2018.
Oh, December, so it's after then, so it's supposed to be
Or,
first.
I'm sorry, December
17.
2017. That's what I meant,
Yeah,
sorry.
okay.
Yeah,
Good,
yeah.
okay,
Disposed property.
yep. Any questions of the applicant? Basically, she's indicating that she paid less than the house is assessed for in the time span.
Yeah,
So
and,
she's, okay,
no, I don't have any questions.
okay. Ms. Davis, any questions of the applicant?
No, I have none.
Mr. Veery, do you have any questions of the
Have
applicant?
you put any improvements on your house since you moved in?
The only thing I've done is updated the eavesdropping.
Updated the eavesdropping. Okay, no further.
How much did you spend on eavesdropping?
Total, it was $2,000.
Okay. And when you bought it, was it on the multiple listing? Or was it a private sale?
Oh, it was a realtor.
It was a realtor? And you didn't know the people you bought from? How long was it on the market before you bought it, do you know?
I can't say for sure. I think it was on the market. I think it was put on in December 2017. I can't say for sure.
Okay, so the house is assessed at $174,000 and you paid $168,900. So you're pretty close anyway, but
Yeah.
you're basically saying that it's worth what you paid for, not what it's assessed at. Is that your position?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's-
Okay, well, you know what, you'll have to leave that with us, okay? And we'll get back to you.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, unfortunately, you have to leave that as evidence, but you know, if you contact your lawyer, he's got a copy of this file,
Okay.
he can make you another copy,
Okay.
okay? Next, we have 246 Sackville Street.
Oh, parking?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to stand down and we'll call you when you get, or you can actually go ahead and, sure, go and fix your parking. Yeah, you'll be fine. Okay.
246.
Thank you.
No. You with her?
No.
You're 246 Sackville, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Oh,
we're ready for that,
oh.
yes. Okay, you just want to, sorry.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
thought he was 246.
Oh, no, I think he just wanted to know that,
Okay.
in case it comes up.
I was confused.
No problem.
Would you like to swear on the Bible or affirm with oaths? Could you please state your name? Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. And do you have evidence?
Yes, I just heard a couple of words.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Erica, when you're ready, you can proceed. If you want to view those photographs first, by all means, go ahead. Yeah.
I'll proceed and then
Okay.
take a look at it. So subject property parcel ID 0704049600. Street address 246 Tactile Street. In Deer Lodge neighborhood is a one-story single dwelling, 1940 year built, same year effective age, 1,067 square feet, full basement and the basement finish, one full bathroom. No central air conditioner, one fireplace, no detached structures. Assessed lot size is 4,695 square feet. Land influences the park. Assessment for 2020 is $220,000. Total assessment per square foot is $206.19. For the four comparables, they are all in the same neighborhood as subject property, which is Deer Lodge. They're all one-story single dwelling. They all have full basement types. So comparable one is 276 Sackville, 1940 year building, same year effective age, 804 square feet of living area. Basement finish, one full bathroom. It has a detached single car garage, 4,695 square feet for lot size. Land influences a park. Time adjusted sale price $193,100. Time adjusted sale price per square foot $240.17, sold in January of 2018. Comparable to 398 Linwood Drive, 958 square feet, full basement and the basement finish, one full bathroom. Has a detached multi-car garage, 5,747 square feet for lot size. Has a influence as a park. Time adjusted sale price $210,300. Time adjusted sale price per square foot $219.52, sold in October of 2016. 322 Turo is comparable number 3. 1914 year build, 1930 effective age, 789 square feet for living area, full basement and the basement finish, one full bathroom and a half bathroom, central air conditioner and a detached single car garage. Assessed lot size 4,232 square feet. Land influence is a park. Time adjusted sale price $191,700. Time adjusted sale price per square foot $242.97. Sold in September of 2017. Comparable 4 is 406 Linwood Street. 1952 year build, 1952 effective age, 1,028 square feet of living area, full basement with a basement finish, one full bathroom, one half bathroom, no garages, 5,746 square feet for lot size, no influences. Time adjusted sale price $232,200. Time adjusted sale price per square foot is $225.88. Sold in October of 2016. Just a quick review of comparables. 398 Linwood was listed, and MLS stated that lots of potential, still requires some finishing touches and cosmetic upgrades. 406 Linwood listing states needs updating throughout, great location. Let's see what else is there. 322 Turo, comparable number 3. Just describes the lot. Two-step Truro, St. James 2-bedroom bungalow, basement with garage, all super wide lot, just steps from the creek. So no description of the property whatsoever.
Okay, so it's on Truro Creek then, that one.
So when we look at the map, so subject property backs a park. Same park as the Truro property on Truro backs. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions of the assessor?
I have two questions.
Go ahead and ask them.
Are you aware that 246 Sackville Street does not have a fully finished basement? And are you aware that the basement?
Okay, ask one question at a time and he'll
Okay,
answer, I
sorry.
think, okay?
Okay.
So the first question is, are you aware that there's not a finished basement in that property?
It's not a fully finished, right?
It's not fully finished.
So I have areas, I guess, out of 770 square feet for basement area. On subject property, I have 462 square feet as finished.
Do we just ask that next question?
Go ahead.
Okay, are you aware that the basement does not extend under the total main level square footage of 1067? Because I have about 300 square feet of additions.
I am aware, as I stated before, basement area is 770 square feet, whereas living area is 1067.
Okay. Thank you. Ms. Davidson, any questions of the assessor?
I have a question. Because it's listed as a full basement and we're seeing that, or we're hearing that, it's not fully finished, is the basement correctly reflected in your assessment?
I'll explain it. It is correctly reflected because originally the house was built as a 770 square foot house with a 770 square foot basement.
And that is sunroom.
And at a later point, an addition was built
Mm-hmm.
to the house. So,
Okay.
yeah, part basements are when original build is
Yes.
with a smaller basement and a larger footprint
Okay.
of the house.
And when was the last inspection of the property?
Back in 2016, an attempt to inspect the property was made. There was no response back from the property owner.
So it hasn't been inspected then,
No, it hasn't.
recently? Okay, thank you.
Mr. Beebe, any questions of the assessor?
No, further questions.
Do you have a building permit showing when the addition was put on and what it was?
No, I can just see if my system goes as far back. It doesn't list any
Okay,
permits. so
well, we
it's
can ask
probably-
that of the applicant, so that's fine
Yeah.
if you don't have it. Okay, I don't have a question then.
Mhm.
You can give your evidence.
On my front page, I just have included a few photos that show the cement flooring. There's ducting and water pipes running along the ceiling. There's no finish there. There is a bit of water damage. And if we flip to the third page, I have the original listing, and it says basement development unfinished.
Okay.
I also have a couple documents that show that I paid $175,000 for the house, and which is quite a bit under 220. I think also reflects the state that it's in. I also think that the ceiling is too low to finish, so I don't think it would ever really be a livable space. I have no plans to finish it.
Okay. 2014.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's what 284. 575.
Mhm.
Can we ask questions?
Yeah, we can, and we will. Okay, that's your evidence then?
Yes, sir.
Okay, any questions of the applicant, Mr.
I guess, so the listing you provided was, dates back to 2014, right?
Yes.
So that's when it was stated as unfinished, okay. And that's when you purchased the property, correct?
Yes.
And the pictures you provided, was when were they taken?
A couple days ago.
Okay. No, I don't have any other questions, thanks.
Okay, Mr. Beebe, do you have any questions?
So you've been living here for the last 5 years. Have you put any money on renovations on the
A lot of
house?
paint.
Paint?
That's about it. Nothing structural.
That's about it?
Yeah. New flooring in my kitchen.
New flooring? Do you know how much did you spend?
I think under 1,000.
For the whole thing?
Just for clothes, yeah.
Do you know the assessed value of the property in 2016?
I do.
What about 2018?
2018, I think it was still 220.
So it's the same as the,
I would think so. I don't have the paper with me, but.
okay. All right, no further questions.
David, any questions?
I don't have any, thank you.
So your house has got a sunroom that's been built on, and that's why, and there's nothing underneath that, so that's the, where you don't have a basement underneath?
Yes, I also have a second
Okay.
addition on the other side of the house that has nothing underneath.
And you showed some photographs of the basement, and I see that there is some form, I guess it's just, you don't have a finish, it looks like, it just has, looks like you've insulated maybe, or somebody insulated before.
It was there, yeah.
Yeah, so it's been insulated, and are there any walls, like, I'm looking through the picture you have on the front page of your evidence here?
Yes.
And it looks like there might be some work done, is that a,
There are, I guess you'd call separate rooms.
so there's a
No
partial
doors.
finish, it's
Yeah,
not
no
fully
doors, yeah.
finished? Okay, and the city said they have a small portion, according to their records, that are finished, but certainly not the whole thing.
Yes.
Okay. And what do you think your house should be assessed at?
I think under 200,000, around 190.
Okay, then, what's your basis for that?
Basis for that.
Yeah, what, because,
You want me to say within the basement?
No,
no, I'd say, how do
the
you
whole-
arrive at under 200,000?
I would say it's an older house, lots of cracks going on, it needed tons of facelift work.
It needed, so that's been done, or hasn't been?
Paint, yeah,
Okay,
lots of
okay.
wallpaper to
Okay.
do.
And the comparables the city showed you in your area, and how do you think those houses are better than your house?
I think that some of them, there are definitely houses that are in better condition than mine. I also see on comparables 3 and 4, they have half baths, which I don't know this, but I assume that they're in the basement. I definitely don't have any.
you have a picture of your house?
Okay.
Like the outside of it?
Yeah.
Not with me.
Okay, I know your block on Sackville, I've driven up it many times, I've got a friend who lives in that block, and all the houses pretty well look very similar, like, looks like one contractor built everything.
Yes,
Yeah.
with the peaks, yes. they're all
Yeah.
the same.
Okay, thank you very much, you'll hear from us.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
We have to-
That's nice.
Okay, our next property is 86 Stewart Street.
No,
Is that the-
886, no, we,
Is
there's
it?
a recommendation on that.
Well, that's the one we did the recognition on,
Yeah.
sorry, you're right. Okay, so it would then be 265 Whitewell Road. Maybe that's
365?
265, or 365 Whitewell Road.
Oh, maybe that's the guy.
Whitewell? That's you?
Yes.
Okay.
Rutland, right?
Pardon?
Rutland?
Rutland or Whitewall?
Whitewell.
365 Whitewall. That's
Oh.
what-
Okay.
Okay.
14.
Would you like to swear in on the Bible or affirm with us? Could you please state your name?
Marie Assembly.
Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Do you have any evidence?
Arthur, when you're ready, you can proceed.
Okay, a preliminary request I would like the board to consider placing a burden of proof for non-cooperation on the applicant. Based on the section 53(3)(a) of the Municipal Assessment Act, where an applicant fails or refuses to give an assessor a reasonable opportunity to inspect the property, a board shall, at the hearing of the application, place the burden of proof on the applicant at all matters at issue. The department attempted to contact property owner with intent to inspect the property. There was a voicemail left on August 27, 2019. There was no follow-up back from the applicant since then.
Okay, and the only attempt was made was that one phone call?
Yes.
Okay. So, the city is indicating that they're trying to seek non-cooperation on you, and the reason they're saying that if you didn't cooperate is they asked to do an inspection, they left you a voicemail message on your phone, and there was no response. What do you have to say to that?
I was away and I came back on Friday. I have doctor appointment. Yes, I did hear the voicemail on Friday and I did not get a chance to contact.
Right, so you were away from August 2016, you say?
27th. Yeah.
Okay, so it's really just been a short time before.
Yeah, it's
Right?
it's a week prior
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
last week.
Okay, I'm gonna have to consult with my panel, but I know where I'm going with this. Okay, but we'll leave for 1 second because we have to consult. So, we'll just adjourn outside for a minute. Okay, we made our decision, and we're not gonna grant the order, and the reason we're not gonna grant it, Mr. Assessor, is because we don't feel that a notice on a phone a few days before the hearings to take place, and only one notice is sufficient. We think the city's gotta go to much better effort to show non-cooperation. The ramifications of non-cooperation are severe, and I think that the city would have to show that there was disregard for reasonable requests, and not just the type of request that you indicated was made. So I think that in the future, if you're gonna bring these applications, in situations like this one, they're not gonna be granted. And I'd rather you not bring them even, because it's a waste of everybody's time. And if you are gonna seek them, I think you're gonna have to show, as I said, much more detail in seeking the cooperation of the applicant.
Okay.
Okay? So you can proceed when you're ready.
Okay.
And I'm not holding this against you, I'm sure you were told that you were to make this application, but I'm just saying, report back to them, because I don't think that that's satisfactory.
No, that's good. Let's see. Okay, so subject property is 0706299300, is a parcel ID. Street address 365 White Wolf Road in Silver Heights neighborhood, is a one-story single dwelling. 1918 year build and same year effective age, 910 square feet of living area, full basement, no basement finish, one full bathroom, no central air conditioner, and has a detached single car garage, 6,968 square feet for lot size. Land influences a bus route, corner, and the medium traffic. 2020 assessment row is $183,000. Total assessment per square foot is $201.10. Yeah, all of the comparables are in Silver Heights neighborhood. They're all one-story single dwelling, all have full basements. So comparable one is 328 Whitewall Road, 1919 year built, same year effective age, 914 square feet of living area. No basement finish, one full bathroom, one half bathroom and a shower, central air conditioner, detached single car garage, 10,716 square feet full outside, bus route and the medium traffic are the influences. Time adjusted sale price $187,000. Time adjusted sale price per square foot $204.60. Sold in August 2017. Comparable to 2212 Ness Avenue, 1955 year built, 1955 effective age, 936 square feet with a basement finish, one full bathroom, one half bathroom and a shower, central air conditioner and no garages, 5,933 square feet full lot size, bus route and heavy traffic are the influences. Time adjusted sale price $209,000. Time adjusted sale price per square foot $223.29, sold in June of 2016. Comparable 3 is 263 Olive Street, 936 square feet of living area, 1956 year build and effective age, no basement finish, has one full bathroom, central air conditioner and no garages, 5,939 square feet full lot size. Time adjusted sale price $215,000. Time adjusted sale price per square foot is $229.70. Sold in June of 2017. Comparable 4 is 219 Strassmillan Road, 1958 year build, 1958 effective age, 852 square feet for living area with a basement finish, one full bathroom, one half bathroom, central air conditioner and detached single car garage. Assessed lot size 5,367 square feet. Time adjusted sale price $253,800. Time adjusted sale price per square foot $297.89. Sold in May of 2017. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions, the assessor?
The property doesn't have a full basement.
Are you asking a question?
I'm making a statement that.
No, you can make your statements. Right now you're asking questions though. I'll
Just
make-
ask questions.
Right now you're asking me, if you have any questions of the assessor, you can ask
No, I
them.
don't have any questions.
That's fine. Okay, I'll give you an opportunity in a few minutes to make your statements. We may have questions, so just give us a minute. Ms. Davis, any questions of the assessor?
I have a question on your comparables.
Mm-hmm.
So the subject property on Whitewall has a year built of 1918 and an effective age of 1918.
Mm-hmm.
Except for comp one, all of the others are quite a bit newer, ranging from 55, 56, 58. Was there anything more closer, yeah, except for comp one? Like, I know, like, were there any
Yeah.
others? Like, why'd you pick 3 that are so newish
I
relative
guess
to the subject?
when it comes to this, the primary criteria was to stay close to the living area of the subject property. So if there
In the
were
location.
and the location,
Yeah.
right? So that given that it's under 1,000 square feet smaller house, I guess there wasn't any other one that would be closer dated to the original year built.
So this was like the best you could find in terms of location?
I believe so.
Okay, thank you.
So do you have any questions of the assessor?
No further questions.
Okay, so you answered one question I was gonna ask already, but it's fine, but I guess the thing is that I'm looking at this, and I agree with my board member, that there really is only one comparable that is helpful to us, and that's the one that is your comparable number 1. And so I look at that, and I see that it has a much bigger lot, and it has much more washrooms than the subject property.
Mhm.
So I guess what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to use that and try to determine how much more those extra washrooms and bigger lot might have contributed to the increase in assessment and sale price. Can you help me there?
I'll try, I'm trying. So what we're looking at is about 4,000 extra square feet of lot size.
Correct.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And 1.5 extra.
I would say,
An extra half bathroom and a shower, so we're talking about
Yeah.
2 bathrooms instead of 1, basically.
exactly. So what we're looking at is, I would probably allocate more value in this case to the lot size, given the age of the property, that extra half bath and the shower, with its condition, probably would add smaller portion to the pot versus the lot size. So I would say about, probably I would wanna say about $15,000 overall.
Okay.
50?
15.
15?
Yeah. Okay. That's my, okay, so we've got our questions asked, and now you can give your evidence.
My statement only is about my property. It is not a full basement.
And that's fine, you can say it, and you give us some other evidence too you might want to discuss, so go ahead.
Yeah,
Now's your opportunity.
it's not a full basement.
Okay,
Okay.
Plus, it was sold for I bought it for $140,000 in February of 2018.
right.
Yeah, we,
Okay, I was, oh, good. And that's your evidence, right?
That's all.
Perfect, now we'll ask you some questions, okay?
Sure.
Okay. Any questions of the applicant?
Yeah.
Arca?
So, let's just take a quick, since you purchased it, did you do any work to your house?
Yes,
Can you tell me what you did?
we patched the basement and tried to prop it up and also patch all the drafty area because there's, like I said, there's no basement under the bathroom. We painted and changed the floor and did the cabinets in the kitchen. That's when we did it. Then just last 2 months ago, I think we did the roof because it was leaking.
Okay,
That's
anything
all.
else? That's
Yes.
all you did?
Yes, that's all.
Okay, those are the things you did, okay. You have any other questions?
No, I don't have any other questions.
Okay. Rita, do
No, I have no questions,
Okay.
thank you.
you have any questions? Rita?
how much do you think the assessment will be on your house?
Well, 140,
But that was,
that would be the value I paid for.
okay. But you need some renovation. You think the house went up?
I hope so. If I should be selling, I would like it to be more.
So if you're selling it now, how much do you think you can get for your house?
I don't know. Until it's sold, you don't know.
Of course, yeah, I mean, of course, you're not gonna sell it under 140,000.
Oh, definitely not.
There you go. Okay, no further question.
Okay, so I have a couple questions. I see you bought the house, it was on the multiple listing?
Yeah,
It
the
was-
real estate.
Yeah. So you went through a listing, you didn't know the vendor?
No, I don't.
Okay, you didn't know the vendor, and it was purchased from an estate, so was the person who you bought it from, obviously, the house is unoccupied, and the person you bought it from was dead, you dealt with his executors? Or
As
your
far as-
realtor's dead?
As far as I know, I bought the house and it says estate of Mr. Funk.
Yeah, right.
It was listed by Hudson and then I
And-
bought it through another.
And you don't live in the house, right? You're renting it out?
I am renting the house.
How much rent are you getting?
$900.
$900 a month, and you pay the utilities?
Yes.
Okay. And would you agree that you probably got a pretty good deal when you bought it?
Not really.
No?
I would have liked to pay less when I was buying it, but, but yeah, I paid what they wanted anyway.
Okay. Leave that with us and we'll give you an answer.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
That's,
Okay, let's see, who's next is 163 Harris Boulevard.
Would you like to swear in on the Bible or affirm without? Could you please state your name? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you. And do you have evidence?
Okay, so I noticed on this property, that's fine, okay. Did you proceed when you're ready, Mr. Assessor? Okay.
So subject property with a parcel ID 0707500600, street address 163 Harris Boulevard in Woodhaven neighborhood, is a 4-level split single dwelling, 1960 year built, 1960 effective age, 2,434 square feet of living area, full basement and the basement finish, 1 full bathroom, 2 half bathroom and 1 shower, central air conditioner, 2 fireplaces, attached multi-car garage, 11,398 square feet for lot size, land influence is a golf course. 2020 assessment is $470,000. Total assessment per square foot $193.10. Okay, comparable one is 195 Old Mill Road in Birchwood neighborhood, is a 4-level split single dwelling, 1959 year built, same year effective age, 2,742 square feet of living area, full basement and the basement finish, 1 full bathroom, 2 half bathrooms, 2 fireplaces, no garages, 7,893 square feet of lot size. Land influence is a bus route, commercial adjacent external corner and the heavy traffic. Time adjusted sale price is $410,400. Time adjusted sale price per square foot is for $149.67. Sold in October of 2016. Comparable number 2 is 26 Wordsworth Way in Kirkfield neighborhood, 4-level split single dwelling, 1961 year build, 1961 effective age, 1,808 square feet of living area, full basement, no basement finish, 1 full bathroom, 1 half bathroom, fireplace and attached single car garage, 8,882 square feet of lot size. Time adjusted sale price $348,200. Time adjusted sale price per square foot $192.59. Sold in February of 2018. 11 Aldrich is comparable number 3 in Kirkfield neighborhood, 4-level split single dwelling, 1960 year built, same year effective age, 1,804 square feet. With a full basement and the basement finish, 1 full bathroom, 2 half bathroom, central air conditioner and the attached multi-car garage, 6,124 square feet of lot size. Time adjusted sale price is $362,900. Time adjusted sale price per square foot $201.16. Sold in October of 2017. Comparable 4 is 315 Country Club Boulevard in Kirkfield neighborhood, 1-story single dwelling, 1973 year built and 1973 effective age, 1,378 square feet of living area, full basement and the basement finish, 2 full bathroom, 1 half bathroom and a shower, central air conditioner, 1 fireplace and attached multi-car garage, 7,258 square feet of lot size. Land influence is a golf course, light traffic. Time adjusted sale price $452,800. Time adjusted sale price per square foot $328.59. Sold in August of 2016. So subject property faces Charleswood Golf Course. So all of the comparables are, I guess, first three comparables are similar to subject property in the building type. I guess comparable 1 is a bit larger, comparable 2 and 3 are a bit smaller than subject property. Comparable 1 has negative influences such as commercial adjacent bus route and heavy traffic. And they have sold for way below than the subject property assessed value. And comparable number 4 is a one-story single dwelling. Boots same golf course as a subject property. Much smaller property, only 1,378 square feet, and it's sold for 452,000. Its time-adjusted sale price is $452,800, and the time-adjusted sale price per square foot is $328.59.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions of the assessor?
Yes, I have each question or all, and after this will answer.
If you have any questions of the assessor, you can ask them right
Yes.
now.
Okay.
One at a time.
Yeah. First question, I want to ask you if when make assessment of the property, you take in consideration condition of the property, of the house respectively?
Yes, there is a criteria to take those things into consideration.
Okay. My property, 163 Harris Boulevard, has some mention in your file, some condition of the property?
Let me take a look. The conditions are average, so there is nothing within the conditions that is below average.
So nothing special about the average, like a general term. Next question is, when you assess the property with similar characteristic, are you using same comparable or you go to other comparable? When you assess two properties very similar, you use same comparable or you choose different comparable for each
Okay, if you look at yours, you'll see that you're compared with other properties that are affordable splits, except for
Yes.
the last one, which is an outlier, and we're not even gonna look at. Right, if you look at, you'll see all three affordable
No,
splits like yours.
I guess, let's say if it's another property identical with mine or very similar with mine, did you use same comparable piece which you mentioned here, or you use other comparable?
Okay, I'll answer the question for you. I think there are the first three comparables are comparable to yours.
Yes,
The fourth one, I don't think is comparable,
yes.
and we're not gonna use it,
Yes,
okay?
yes, thank you. So when you assess the comparable, do you have information about the condition inside of the house to see how renovated it is, how improvement, what kind of finishing?
The answer to that question already said there's no condition report on the property,
No,
so
so you-
the answer is obviously no.
No, so
Okay.
you're keeping only technical information from the property assessment, like living
Right.
area.
We get that. You don't
Yes.
need, from your first question, the answer, you don't have to ask that because it's obvious.
Okay. I don't know if it's proper time for this. I want to ask you how you figure out it's $193.10 per square feet for this property.
No, it's your assessment of 470,000 divided by
By-
your living area of 2,434.
Okay, but from where you do pick up this 470,000?
The city has records of the sizes of all the houses that are in the city. There's building permits taken out originally, and so those are all filed. The city has those records.
Records of this or
Of house size is correct, they do. Yes.
I know that is, but from where he pick up $470,000, how he found this 470?
Okay, well, they use the comparables, and there's the mass assessment, and now what you're saying is you're here because you think the mass
Yes,
assessment
yes.
is inaccurate. The city's defending, and they use other
Okay.
properties to
Okay.
do so,
That's why
Okay,
you're
so
feeling.
it's only the,
and that's why you're here.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no more question.
Okay, any questions of the assessor, Ms. Davidson?
No, I don't have any
Mr.
questions.
Buren, do you have any?
Obviously, you haven't inspected this house, right? Accra?
I haven't.
No, okay.
I cannot complete the answer from the inspection.
You'll be able to give your evidence, then we'll ask you
Yeah.
questions. Okay, just a minute. Okay, I have no questions either. Thank you. So you can give your evidence now. Okay,
So, before this meeting, I asked the city to give me the comparables. So they emailed to me a list of 8 comparables for this property, which first comparable, 4 comparables are identical with this list which I received today, and other are different properties which are 1 story. So we don't take in consideration the second list, only the 4 comparable.
well, it does indicate that the ones on the second page are four-level splits.
Sorry?
It does indicate on the second page that those houses are all four-level splits, not single-family.
Yes.
Okay, you said they're single-family. Or
Yes.
you said they were
Four-level
single
split.
store, I think, I mean. Didn't you?
It's a 4-level split.
Yeah, they're all four-level splits, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So the comparable number 4, because it's 1 story, it's, I
Yeah, we told
But
you.
you don't take in consideration.
I told you, we're not gonna consider
Yeah.
number 4, okay?
In general, the houses with bigger houses, they have the cost per square feet, it's a little bit less than the smaller houses. So I did about the documentation, about the statistic, the average cost per square feet is more accurate to compare the properties. So in the list B, comparable sold and assessed by the city, I mentioned all these comparable which are here, plus one which was the second sheet, which was the 7 Compton Place. And we figure out the average of the square feet, dollar per square feet is 175.82 cents, and adjusted based on the time adjusted square feet, 179 and 44 cents. So this was the average cost per square feet. In addition, in the table C, I checked the book sale for market region number 5, where the property is situated, and I bring another 8 properties which are similar for level split, and with some of them very close, last specific like a living area. So I figure out the price which was sold and dollars per square feet is between $141.94 and $168.58. Based on these 2 comparable, which is 4 plus 8, 12 properties, the square feet, average square feet of the house could be between $345,000 and $436,000 per value of the property. I have concern regarding the fairness of the assessment of my properties, because on the street, my neighbors next door, left side, and next door, right side, they have a very similar properties. Same land area, almost same living area, almost very close years built. 4 levels split all. So difference between my properties, the assessment of my properties and this property are different. And it's not first time when it's so different. In the table 8, you figure out 160 Harris Boulevard. Assessment in 2014 was.
Okay, we're not gonna compare assessments, though. You got sales.
Yes.
We don't know that the other properties aren't being you know, there aren't applications on
But
them.
I want to be, see it's fair because
I understand, but-
must be same,
We-
same criteria to use for both.
No, we have to use sales, because sales show whether the assessment is reasonable or not, and another assessment might be wrong as well. Maybe they're making an application on another panel, because, or maybe the city's gonna seek an increase.
For this is the
Or they
problem.
could have structural problems that we don't know about,
Yes.
so we don't look at sales and see what the property's actually sold for. We
No,
don't, I think when I was here.
I understand, it's not
Okay.
for sale, but I want to compare to see if it's fair value, you know, and I have the chance because my neighbors are almost similar houses, so I want to only to bring to your attention that my property was the second time where it's increased with $30,000, same fixed amount of money, 30,000. Other projects are less than 30,000, plus 11,000, less 2,000, plus 18,000. My second assessment is $30,000 block. So I have concern about the fairness about my assessment.
Okay,
So
okay, we heard that, that's fine.
I'm not sure what happened. Another thing which I noticed preparing for this appeal, all houses in the comparable 1, 2, 3, 4, they were sold for, let's say, 11 Aldrich Avenue. They sold for $360,000, and market assessment for 2018 is $339,000, much less than they were sold. Next house, 26 Worsley, was sold for $347,500, and for 2008 city assessed with $324,000. So similar with the old mill, 400, right now it's a size 370. So always the value of the assessed for last assessment is much less. Mine is higher.
I guess that's why you're here.
Yeah, so
That's why you're appealing it.
Yeah.
So you give your evidence and then we,
So this is the numbers which are
okay.
from the city. Based on the documentation, the condition of the house has a problem. I bought and, you know, when you bought it, you like, and after 1 year, 2 years, start to figure out what problems are with the houses.
Okay.
So I had the leaks on the roof because the house is low pitch roof, low slope, and they have a cathedral ceiling. And I was thinking the roof is leaking because must be changed. So after 2 years leaking and leaking, especially in the spring, I changed the roof. And guess what? After next spring, I have another leaks. I start the process to complain with the roofing company, and we figure out in final they say, okay, you don't have any leaks when it's rain. It's only when in the spring. So the problem is condensation of this. And I start to study the problem with a low roof slope cathedral ceiling. It's in the time 50, 60 was the worst solution for the roof to build a house with a low slope because the snow doesn't go, and cathedral ceiling because you don't have the space for the circulation of the air. So it's a technical issue known very well by the specialists. So I bring some company, 5 companies, I have the estimation, and they say the only solution is to replace complete the roof, which was just replaced a few years ago, and to change with the foam, insulation foam, spray foam. That means you have the deck of the roof must be on, and for this they asked me $36,000, only for this. It's a problem because every year the mold could be developed there, and I have the leaks inside of the house. Outside of the house, you have to repaint
Okay,
always.
do you have any photographs showing mold in your house and things like that?
In the house, no, I have the leaks because the mold is inside. I only what I can see is is the leaks inside of the house, on the top of the window. So it's inside, all the windows on this side.
Give one to the assessor. Give one to the assessor.
Yeah, and this is exterior.
Okay, so hang on, so just something to explain. Just
Yes.
come here, okay, what are you referring to? You show us what you're referring to, I look at this, and I can't tell exactly what you,
It
depends.
is the top of the windows here.
Okay.
The windows is the frame.
Okay, and is that mold on the top?
Yeah, the
Okay.
mold and the floor start to mold because the water is coming.
Okay.
About this problem and condition which is, in 2010 and 2014, the property was valued at $431,000, and I make an appeal, and an inspector from city, they come and inspect, and they mention it's the problem are real. So I have here the report from 2014, the city, the inspector come and so the problem exists there about the leaks. And they say the condition, it's an old style, the house is not,
The fourth time.
second inspection was done in December last year. And I don't have the report because the inspector come, take the picture and didn't inform me what he confirmed.
Okay, so this was a problem in 2014 with
Yes.
the municipal board?
Yes.
And you still haven't rectified it?
Yes, because at this time I still complain about the leaks, and I didn't know from where it coming the leaks. And you know, every year you have to figure out, it's in summer, when it rain, no. It's in winter, we have to check in the winter. So I was very complicated process with the companies to come to see what
Okay.
specialists are. So it's not like easy to figure out when any leak, how leaks, in which size of the house is leaking, based on what is leaking.
Okay,
So
doesn't matter,
it was a
okay.
process, yes.
That's fine.
Another story with the house is, I have a list on the corner of the house, and Abalone company, Abalone, I have the estimation coming, they say I have to install a sand pit and to redo the foundation for exterior. So I have this estimation, which is not done yet because the roof was bigger problem. I have an issue problem with the house because they have a crawl space, which is operating like this size. And in this crawl space is not concrete. The report mentioned it's not concrete. It's, and I have lots of infestation from mouse and the insects, and always I have to come for deratization from the company to put so. The problem is random. I ask a company to come to put insulation because it's a ground. The random emission in Manitoba is a concern. So I ask to do this, and they say nobody will come there to install because it's not safe to. Nobody can go in this space to put the protection for the random. So this is a safety issue and is not fixable right now. I don't know what to do.
Put a wall down and cut it off.
Maybe
You're not using it
because-
anyway.
Yeah, probably, yes.
Is he done with
Anyway, okay, is that your evidence?
are you,
Yes, if you have some question,
We
please.
will have them, sure.
Yes.
But I'll let Mr., I'll let Marco go first. If you have any questions of the applicant, you can ask them now.
So, you have presented, I guess on your page, last page, 8 comparables.
C, page C.
Page
yes.
C. So, within that, would you be able to tell me if any of those comparables have influenced by the golf course, such same to the same degree as your property?
No. No.
Okay,
It's This is comparable.
Okay. So.
But,
No, it's fine.
yeah, no.
Okay, you've given us enough evidence. Okay, any other questions?
And would you consider saying that proximity to golf course is?
That's, you know what,
Okay.
don't ask that question. I think that,
And
okay. Ms. Davis, do you have any questions of the applicant?
No, I don't have any questions, thank you.
Mr. Buer, do you have any questions?
Yeah, when did you purchase the house?
In 2008, I paid $396,000 and was
How much?
finished $396.
$396, but it
Yes,
says here
And
400.
I paid the realtor, Gebauer, 26,000.
So it's 420,000.
Yeah, in total I paid 420 for the house.
Have you renovated the house, improvement?
No. No, it's an old style from 1960, and there is kind of squeeze mortar, and inside it's, inspector mentioned that it's outdated. It's a paneling, wood paneling,
Mhm.
and
So when you purchased the house,
yes,
the only time you had the assessment value is in 2014, and then you appealed it?
I think so, yeah, I.
That's the first
I
time
think-
you appealed?
Yes, at this time.
And you were granted 410,000?
Yes. And at this time, I didn't know, the report mentioned, I didn't know from where it's coming. I complained about the leaks, but I don't know the source of the leaks. So the problem was in time, and I know I figured out, so.
Okay, no further question.
Okay, so, using your page 3, if all these properties are comparable to yours, you get an average price per square foot adjusted of $168.58. And if I were to do the multiplication, that would give you a value of your house of $410,323. Do you agree with that? If you were to use page 3 at $168.58 rather than what the city's used, at $193.
Yeah.
And that would give you a value of less than you paid for the house in 2008.
Yeah,
So you think your house is worth less in 2018 than it was in 2008, 10 years earlier, when prices of houses have skyrocketed in Winnipeg?
you know, I don't have the expertise to appraise the house like if I sold this, but if I compare with my neighbor, and if I compare with the houses which are sold on the street, on same street, within same location, or like a position from the golf course which you mentioned, like 127 was sold for,
So when you use 127 on page,
286.
on page 4, when you use that, that are comparable?
in page,
Yeah?
A, B, C, which,
Which one are you talking about? 127 you said?
we
There's no
talk
one.
about in 131, first table A. When you compare the 139, 159,
You're comparing
160,
assessments there, though, I'm not looking at sales.
but
Page
same
3.
city assessed the same property at this amount of money, so
Okay,
it's, the city alone, I checked the documentation, the city allowed to compare with your neighbor's how was the assessment. So I compared this assessment and I figured out mine is the most expensive and for no reason.
okay, leave it with us.
Thank you. This is yours, Val.
If
No,
that
we have
was
to keep it. It's
presented-
Oh,
evidence.
let's give it? It's
Yeah, we
evidence?
gotta keep
Okay.
it, yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's
This
fine.
one.
Yeah, well, one you can keep. When you have that. you don't need that.
Okay, what's next?
I think then,
More day?
well, no, we have to go through all the no-shows.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we'll go back then to, I guess, 209 Harris Boulevard, and just go quickly through your evidence as quick as you can,
Okay.
okay? Um,
All yours? What's the next one?
The 209 Harris, did I find that one? I think I got a little mixed up there. Okay. Here we are, okay.
209 Terrace Boulevard.
Yep.
This is-
Go ahead.
Okay, so 209 Terrace Boulevard is parcel ID 070749788100. Is a one-story single dwelling, 1976 year built, same year effective age, 1,360 square feet of living area, full basement and the basement finish, one full bathroom to have bathroom and a shower, central air conditioner and a detached multi-car garage, 6,005 square feet for lot size, 2020 assessment is $362,000. Total assessment per square foot is $266.18. Four comparables are all in the same neighborhood, similar, actually, older building types and subject property. Some are bigger, some are larger in size. Time adjusted sale price ranges from $223,600 to $355,000. And time adjusted sale price per square foot ranges from $223.70 to $277.71. Sold within the reference period, and that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, any questions of the assessor on this one, Ms. Davis?
No, I don't have
And Mr. Dewey?
No question.
Well, I'm looking and I see that your comparables, most of them have a lower price per square foot than the subject property,
Yeah.
except
For
for
the most
one,
part, yeah.
there's only one that's assessed higher, so I'm wondering, could that be the outlier? Is this a fair assessment on this property?
Well, tried to contact agent representative, but we left a number of voicemails and there was no response back, so.
Okay, and this one, we had a professional representative, it's Rocky Neufeld,
Yes.
and he's not here today, so he didn't indicate to you that he was foregoing this? He's not here today, so I'm assuming.
No, he's not. I tried, like I spoke to him, at one point he said that he hasn't looked at the property record yet, but he will touch base with me or his sons will. And I called him again a couple of days later, but left a voicemail and never heard back from him. So that's, I wanted to get more information about the subject property before making any decision.
Because I guess I have concerns when I see your comparables, and we have to be fair, even if the party doesn't show up.
Mhm.
And the city has the obligation and the onus to prove that the assessments are fair.
Yeah,
And when you, hang on, when you give us 4 comparables, and 3 of them are lower than the subject, I start having some doubts.
well, I mean, I presented my evidence
Yeah.
with it, like there is, I mean, it is within the range, but the panel will look at the
Older
decision.
houses.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Very old.
We are. Still. Well, anyway, okay. We'll leave that. Okay. Next one is 408 Rutland, and I think that one is, I noticed the city is seeking an increase in that one.
Well, property owner, I think, is seeking an increase to assessed value.
Oh, the property owner is.
Yes.
They want an increase?
It's a new
Yes.
one?
Okay, we're not gonna grant it.
Actually, I have an updated, did I?
I don't know.
Yeah, so there is an updated comparable sales report, as well as a map. I'll pass it to the panel members at this time. I'll pass one at a time, so that will be comparable sales report.
Okay, well, we're using a new one, okay, that's good.
Okay.
And then I have my snaps on this.
Okay.
So subject property is parcel ID 075690, sorry, I'll tap over. Parcel ID 0756909640, 408 Rutland Street in King Edward neighborhood, is a 2-story single building, 1912 year build. 1,280 square feet, full basement, no basement finish, 2,521 square feet of lot size. 2020 assessment roll is $289,000. Total assessment per square foot is $225 and 78 cents per square foot. Comparable are all in the same neighborhood. Built around 2016, 2017. Similar living area. Assessed lot size ranges in around 2,500 to 2,700 square feet. Time adjusted sale price for comparables ranges from $284,800 to $308,600. Price per square foot. Time adjusted ranges from $217.90 to $236.58. Property was inspected. Some property characteristics were updated, which increased the value $295,000, and would recommend to increase 2020 assessment to $295,000 to better reflect property characteristics and market as of April 1st, 2018.
Okay. Any questions, Mr. Beaver?
No further
Ms.
questions.
Davidson?
You mentioned that this was requested by the owner,
Yes.
okay, because?
I guess his 20, when I spoke to property owner, his reason was that he purchased it at 290 in
Yeah.
2013, and he
Wants to pay his fair share of taxes.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay.
Uh,
So it's now assessed at 289, he wants to, 295?
Well, property owner was seeking an increase.
Yeah.
There was no dollar amount stated by the property
Okay,
owner.
well, you know what, in all fairness, a lot of people have assessments that are lower than what they think it is, and
Yeah.
I don't think we should penalize him because he's honest, but we'll deal with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm meaning, though,
Yeah,
okay?
okay.
Okay, next is, sorry, actually tell you where we're going. 523 Ferry Road.
Okay, 523 Ferry Road. Let's see.
So did they accept the recommendation?
Oh, it's a recommendation on that one.
There
Yeah.
is a recommendation.
We
on
still
this
have to
one.
go through it, though, we have to,
I'll just go
we have to
through it.
see- we have to think it's reasonable, so. Let's see.
Number 7.
Yeah, I'm looking for, oh, 7. Okay. I'm all mixed
It's
up.
probably underneath.
Yeah, probably. 16,
Yeah, there you go.
Getting closer. 7, yeah, good. Okay,
Okay, so subject property is parcel ID 0702088600 523 Ferry Road in Kingenberg neighborhood, one-story single dwelling, 700 square feet of living area, surface foundation. 2020 assessment is $196,000 or $280 per square foot. There was a recommendation to reduce 2020 assessment to $169,000 or $241.43 per square foot to better reflect the April 1st, 2018 market value. I
okay,
guess-
we see the comparables and quickly, and I think that we can see where that, you know,
Yeah.
the comparables have to reflect it. So that's satisfactory.
Okay.
Okay? Thank you. And next
The 9.
would be 293 Guilford Street.
Visa adjourned this item.
Oh, it's been
Oh,
adjourned?
really?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is off the agenda, then that's going to be adjourned by
It's
Lisa.
adjourned?
Yes.
So
So which one was it?
it's adjourned, 293
293.
Guilford is adjourned.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I'd like to know the next one, so that I get this written down, okay?
To 194?
Then we have 2194 Portage Avenue.
I'll just again pass along to the family members. So the subject property, parcel ID 0705000700, 2194 Portage Avenue in Birchwood neighborhood, one-story single dwelling, 1949 year build. Lot size 27,840 square feet. Land influence, Assiniboine adjacent, Bustler commercial adjacent, heavy traffic. 2020 assessment is $352,000. Total assessment per square foot is $332.70. So comparables are all in Birchwood neighborhood. Have similar influences as a subject property for land influences. Okay, so they're all one-story single dwellings, slightly larger properties with square feet living area ranges from 1,265 to 2,022 square feet, and time adjusted sale prices ranges from $395,400 to $579,300, and time adjusted sale price per square foot ranges from anywhere from $250.15 to $312.57. And that's, again, with economies of scale, such a property is much smaller property than the comparable properties. And
Okay.
that's all I have, thanks.
I have a question. I see that these properties are huge.
Yeah.
Are any of them subdividable?
I don't have any information.
Because with all that property, it's, you know, it's,
This one here.
yeah. I'm just looking at square footage of them all.
So we got the whole lot.
I do note also that the assessed value per square foot of the building itself is at the higher end of your comparables.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, that being that it's economies of scale, right? It's a
Yeah,
smaller
you-
property than any of the comparables.
okay. Okay. And I guess the next one is 27 Emerald Grove.
Okay, updated comparable sales report, so I'll just pass it out to the town members. So subject property parcel ID 0708010400, 27 Emerald Grove is the street address. With 2020 assessment of $446,000 or total assessment per square foot of $288.30. There is a recommendation to reduce the 2020 assessment to $378,000 or $244.34 per square foot to better reflect the first 2018 market. Property owner Wayne Rushenka accepted recommendation via telephone conversation on August 30th, 2019.
Okay, I'm going to just say one thing right now, though. When we have recommendations now, in past, we used to just put them forward, but now we're told we're supposed to make sure they're reasonable. And if we find one that is unreasonable, and we don't agree with the recommendation based on the comparables, it's very difficult, though, to dismiss it with the applicant not being here.
Yeah.
So I think the applicant has to be here from now on with his recommendations, because otherwise, we're in a position where we can't really do due diligence on it in his absence.
Yeah.
And
I find it very hard, in other words, not put forward a recommendation when the applicant's not here to defend it.
it's a communication from the department in
No, I
this
know,
case.
and I'd like you to communicate to the department that we really would like,
Yeah.
if he happens to be here from now on, because otherwise, there's no point in reviewing them, we may as well just rubber stamp them all. And we're not supposed to do that.
The applicant is aware that it's still up to the panel to make
Okay.
a decision.
Okay, that's fair then.
Mhm.
If you make them
Yeah.
aware of that, then I feel better about not,
Yeah.
okay.
We do tell them that it's up to the board to make the decision. It's a
Any questions on
recommendation.
this, panel members?
No.
Okay. And last one, I think, looks like 1 Emo Avenue.
That also has
It's also been adjourned?
adjourned.
Okay.
But I believe there is another one that.
Oh, is there?
294.
294 Ainsley.
Okay, sorry, I missed that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, here we are. It's the 294 Ainsley.
So that's nice again for this property.
You're missing that.
You got a recommendation on this one?
There isn't one.
Thank you.
The subject property, parcel ID 0707507700, street address 294 Ainsley Street, in Silver Heights neighborhood, 1-story single dwelling, 1957 years old, same year effective age, 1,030 square feet of living area. Basement finish, 1 full bathroom, 1 half bathroom, 1 shower. Central air conditioner and detached single car garage. 5,796 square feet of assessed lot size. 2020 assessment roll was $288,000. Total assessment per square foot is $279.61. Okay, so for comparable, zero Silver Heights neighborhood, 1-story single dwellings built in or around same year as subject property with similar year effective age. Close in, living areas footprint. So there is some comparables have negative influences such as medium traffic or commercial adjacent or light traffic. Time adjusted sale price ranges for comparables are $264,900 to $293,200, and time adjusted sale price per square foot ranges from $230.75 to $284.02.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. And we're adjourning 1 Emo. So that finishes everything.
That's it.
Yeah, it is. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.